Who is John Paul Miller? FBI at Mica Miller's pastor husband's Myrtle Beach home. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, on Friday raided the Myrtle Beach home of Solid Rock Church pastor John Paul Miller. This comes about 6 months after the pastor announced his wife Mica Miller's suicide in a bizarre sermon. The federal agency has not announced any link between the raid and her death. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, on Friday raided the Myrtle Beach home of Solid Rock Church pastor John Paul Miller. This comes about 6 months after the pastor announced his wife Mica Miller's suicide in a bizarre sermon. The federal agency has not announced any link between the raid and her death. FBI spokesman Kevin Wheeler told News 13 that officers were conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity at the home. Neighbors told local media channels that they were told that agents were executing a search warrant. Pastor Miller was not believed to be at home when law enforcement arrived. Locals and reporters posted visuals on social media showing multiple trucks outside Miller's home. Agents could be seen wearing uniforms that said Evidence Response Team. They were wearing gloves and carried bags into the property. This comes after Mica shot herself in Lumber River State Park in Robertson County, South Carolina, in April. Surveillance footage showed her buying a gun at a pawnshop, driving to a remote area, and then taking her life. There's no official link to prove Miller was directly involved in his wife's death. But allegations of abuse and infidelity began to swirl and surfaced earlier this year. Read more. Jimmy Kimmel slammed for asking Trump voters to vote late, wasn't Douglas Mackey. Who is John Paul Miller? John Paul Miller, often known as J.P. Miller, is a pastor at Solid Rock Church. The death of his wife Mica sparked speculation on social media, with various allegations emerging about Miller's past, including previous relationships, personal conduct, and an assault charge from 1999. After Mica's passing, a settlement was reached between Miller and Mica's family, bringing the legal proceedings to a close without further litigation. In May, DailyMail.com revealed how Miller's church has a property portfolio worth at least $5.59 million and a 4-seat plane worth $430,000. Get the latest news live on Times Now along with breaking news and top headlines from U.S. News, the world, and around the world.